Okay, so I know a lot of you guys want to be content creators. You want to have an online business, but you're terrified of creating content because you're terrified of being seen online. You're afraid of being judged. You're afraid of being talked about. You're afraid of being misunderstood. How did I overcome that in my own life? And in case you didn't know, I've been a full time entrepreneur now for 6 years. So I've been in this content creation game for a little while. And I'm not going to lie to you. I used to be very insecure. Okay, I want you to understand this is coming from a place of insecurity. That's what's going on here. And most of the time, the reason why we're insecure is because we care way too much about what people think. We give our energy to others except giving it to ourselves, and then we don't follow through with the promises that we make to ourselves. And then that's why we start to feel insecure because we don't even believe that we're worthy of the thing, whatever that thing is, because we keep not showing up for ourselves. Okay, so how did I overcome it? Number one, I started during COVID. And the reason I started my online business was because I was miserable at my 9 to 5. So I already had that kind of push on my side. Sometimes I think that it's easier to overcome things if there's a driving force that's making you change, right? And that driving force for me at the time was getting out of that job that I hated so much. And I had been there for 6 years, right? Well, my online journey started with OnlyFans, okay? I am an OnlyFans creator. That's the online business that I started 6 years ago. And at that time, I had never heard about it. I had just seen like people talking about it and talking about how much money girls were making on there, yada, yada, yada. And so for me, I was like, oh, shoot, this is my way out. This is my way out of this job. Like, that's really what was going through my mind, okay? And when I did quit my job, the country had just shut down. Like, maybe we had been on lockdown for, I think, like 3 weeks before I put in my 2 week notice. And so I didn't have any social media experience prior to that. Okay. The only time I used social media was to check in on friends and colleagues and people I went to college with, right? And I wasn't even on, I don't even remember really being on Instagram. If I was, I rarely posted on it. I do remember spending a lot of time on Facebook. And if I was on YouTube, it was really just to watch hair tutorials at that time. Um, so I had no social media experience, and I was in an era of my life at that point where I cared a lot about what people thought of me. I was a people pleaser. I needed friends and external validation. So, building up the courage to start posting was extremely scary for me. But again, I had that driving force. So I quit my job, started my OnlyFans, and just went full throttle with it. Now, when I did start posting OnlyFans content, because I was on Instagram, but I didn't really have anyone following me other than people that I knew, I just removed them as a follower, right? So I was still following them, but they were just no longer following me because I removed them as a follower. And so I just started posting content like pictures, bathing suit pictures, little lingerie pictures, things like that. And I would say after about a week of doing that, I officially stopped caring what people thought because I started to see the growth. I started to see what happens when I post the content and my business started making money, right? And so that's kind of how I overcame the fear. I also had to deal with the backlash of people closest to me not agreeing with the decision of me doing OnlyFans in the first place, right? And so all of this happened so quickly within the course of a couple of days that at that point my mindset was I can either sink or I can swim. Like the people closest to me who's really cared about, they've already let me know they don't agree with my decision. They think it's stupid and they're not supporting it, right? Okay. So what am I going to do about it? Because I already quit my job, right? I can either figure this OnlyFans thing out, figure out social media, make some money, or I can sit around and cry about it, go broke, lose my house, and be homeless. Like those were my only two options at that point. So I decided to swim. I stepped out of my comfort zone and I began to get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. Everything that you want in your life, you guys, you're going to have to be uncomfortable. Like that's the only way. I lost 100 pounds. Do you think I was comfortable eating less and moving more? I was extremely uncomfortable. Okay, I was a couch potato for about 10 years. And then I started going to the gym and eating fruits and vegetables and no longer drinking soda and going to fast food. That was a very uncomfortable time. But I got the results that I wanted because I was willing to be uncomfortable to eventually get comfortable. So many of you guys are looking for confirmation, but that confirmation is only going to come from you. It doesn't matter how many videos you watch on motivation or how to do this or how to do that. You're the only one who's going to be able to affirm yourself. But the only way you're going to be able to affirm yourself is if you actually step outside of that box of fear and do the thing that you know you have to do in order to get the results that you want. You have two choices. You can either continue what you've been doing, which obviously you're not happy about, or you can do something different, which is create the content. Those are really your only two options. There's no in-betweens. You're either going to not post or you're going to post. Well, if you don't post, your business will not grow. Your dreams of being a content creator will not happen. That's 1,000% guaranteed. If you post, sure, maybe you'll get 0 views. Sure, maybe your friends and family will laugh at you for 5 minutes. Sure, maybe you'll feel stupid because you don't really know what you're doing. Sure, but let me tell you this. There's also a guarantee that if you keep showing up, your business will grow. Your following will grow. You'll start to feel better about yourself because you stepped out of that comfort zone of yours. That's a guarantee. Okay? You got to start looking at life like that. Well, if I don't make this move, if I don't do this, this is guaranteed to happen. Nothing. If I just do it, sure, I might fail. It's possible. But I might not. There's no guarantee. Okay? Posting is really not as scary as you guys make it seem. And I know this is coming from a woman who's been doing it for 6 years. So to me, sure, it doesn't feel scary anymore. It felt a little scary back then, but I quickly got over it because I had a driving force. I had gotten to the point where it's like, I have to do this or I'm going to lose my house. I have to do this or they will cut the lights off. I have to do this or something really bad is going to happen financially. Like that was my driving force. So I couldn't sit around and think about it for 2 months. I had to do it. I had to make something shake because I had already quit my job, right? Some of you guys don't have that. There's nothing really pushing you to change. And that may be a reason why you haven't done it yet. That may be a reason why you keep procrastinating it, because you're just comfortable where you're at. The idea sounds great. Starting your own business, working for yourself, all those things sound great, but you're comfortable where you are. So there's nothing pushing you to do anything different. I think that I experienced that a lot when it came to weight loss and not losing weight. You know, I was tired of being fat, of course. I didn't like the way I looked in clothes. I was tired of breathing heavy, doing nothing. I was tired of sweating all the time. I was tired of all those things. But at the end of the day, I was so comfortable with it. Like, there was no driving force at that time that was pushing me to lose weight. I didn't start losing weight until I got fed up. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so that was the driving force, forcing me to change my eating, forcing me to change my lifestyle, right? Maybe you just haven't hit that point yet. Maybe you'll never hit that point. Maybe you'll hit that point 5 years from now. But I do just want to remind you one last time, if you don't do that thing, whatever it is that you're avoiding, there's a 1,000% guarantee that your life will not change. I just want that to sink in, and I want you to meditate on that. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Can't wait to read what you have to say. Also, you guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Do not forget to join the Patreon. The link is down below in my description, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.